What is this? I thought I had stuff set up. Pardon me. Okay. So why are you still... Why... Okay, that box did disappear. Okay. Thank you for first, Kyrie. Hello, Static. How are you? And hope you're doing okay. I'm making it through. Hello, little monster. Thank you for second. I am. I'm making it through. Thank you for the head pat. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Hello. I was dealing with a lot more back pain than usual. I think I mentioned this on Friday, but it was like pretty debilitating on Saturday. So we went in for urgent care on Sunday. Hi. Yes. Hello. I know. I was paying attention to you earlier. I knew you were here. Thank you for helping. Hi. And so your little helper is back. He's always helping, huh? Always helping. Yes. Are you gonna work for your keep? Are you gonna work for your food and rent? Because if you're sharp. Hi. Yes. Hello. So I went in on Sunday. It wasn't like super urgent, but it was still under urgent care. Basically because I was in quite a bit of pain. None of the meds that I was taking was really doing anything, and it was just proceeding to get worse. But as American doctors do, they go, "You're fine. Here's some muscle relaxants. Bye." So I wanted to stream yesterday, but I was not conscious. So, I don't think. I'm trying to think. Today's Monday, right? And my partner, no. Did we go on, we went on Sunday. Did we go on Sunday or was it Saturday? It was on Saturday. We went on Saturday. I know, you're so helpful. You are so helpful. Thank you. I appreciate you being on my desk where you're not supposed to be. Get off. Hey, Keely. Get off. I know, but there's little thingies. Can you not? Hello, Risto. Welcome. Hello, Raiders. Thank you for... I'm so glad that my notifications didn't go off and I'm dealing with an idiot on my desk. Come here. Get off. Get off. Hello, Raiders. I am Minari, or Mina. I have a very helpful helper knocking over my stuff. Thank you for the raid, Halibristal. How was your ASMR, my dear? How was it? Hello, Sir Kiri? Sir Cree? Welcome. Great start to the stream. I know, I have a very helpful guy as I'm getting raided. But I hope your ASMR stream went well. Welcome in. If you need to raid and run, please, oh my gosh, get off my desk. Ouch. Oh gosh, you're tangled now. Oh god. Keely, idiot. If you need to raid and run, by all means, please do not feel obligated to stay. If you would like to stay, welcome. I am a jellyfish CTuber who gives off exhausted mom just trying to relax vibes, where things get a little unhinged often because I go on to weird tangents. But welcome in. And yeah, thank you so much for the raid, my dear. I ain't coming back home, Mom. Ren, I called. I'm not gonna yell more. It is time to come home. It's time to get ready for bed. Minari, hello. Stormy, hello. Commander. Jay, welcome back, my dears. Big fan. That's because Stormy's a cute big fan. But welcome. I just had a four-legged helper. Yeah, do you see the moth? Go get it. Go do something useful. I had a four-legged helper, and we got raided. And I was just saying that, by the way, she's just 4 inches above the legal midget height. Hey, that was my goal by the time I turned 18, was as long as I'm no longer legal midget status, it's fine, right? Which I know is not the correct verbiage, but at the time it was, even though I am merely a young lady of only 25. You'll be Ruru. Hello, Ruru. Did you change your name? Are you trying to avoid automatic shoutouts by changing your name, good sir? But welcome in, Ruru. I hope you're doing well. I love your emote. But yeah, so I was given muscle relaxants, and my partner was exhausted, trying to juggle two crazy kiddos by themselves. My usual, but they're not usually trying to juggle all of them. Although I'm not trying to avoid, I just needed to add my other name there. That's fair. That's fair. I can technically challenge my name. Can change or challenge. But thank you for third, Alex. Thank you for checking in, Alex and Kusarigama. Welcome, welcome, my dear. Sorry, I'm brushing my hair because it is a tangled mess. Change. Yeah, I could change mine too. I was debating on how far I want to go with my Halloween costume, but we'll see. We'll see. Hi, Minari. Hi, Ketchup. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Alex. Yeah, sorry, we are detangling the rat's nest of my hair that I have been sleeping for like 3 days straight. Muscle relaxants will make you very sleepy. I can't say it hasn't helped, because at least I'm not like in super bad pain just existing. I'm just I'm just sore, I guess. But I have not been conscious for much of it. But my partner was really tired last night, so I wanted to at least get them rest, since they had been getting me rest. Has anyone seen Mike Hunt? What was it? What was the other one you said? It was a hawk? Mike Hawk? So you slept like a pile of bendy rocks? I don't know about bendy. I slept like a... But I don't know about bendy. What kind of rocks bend? Mike lit. Oh, I see. I see. I only knew Hunt. Did you see my shaved face? Your shaved face as opposed to your unshaved face? Is there something I'm missing? Is there a pun there that I'm not understanding? But yeah, so I think tomorrow might be the last day I'm doing muscle relaxants multiple times a day, because I can't function and my partner can only take so many days off. I already feel bad that they're taking days off, and Mondays are already really busy because kiddo goes to school only Tuesday through Friday, and so Mondays are No different than a Saturday or Sunday, except my partner is working, so I guess it is different. My brain is not working. I can barely remember what I did 5 minutes ago. Me too. Excuse me. Me too. Me too. But I don't know about bendy rocks. I think it was more like I slept like a concrete slab. Things don't bend very much. I just heard. I'll post it later. Oh, your shaved face? Do you have a baby face when you shave? Jenna Tools. Jenna Tools. Oh, okay, I got that one. It's a little... I don't think it works. Does it work with a British accent? Because I don't think it works very well with an American. Tools. Jenna Tools. I don't know. But welcome in, Doctor, and Alex, and Kusadigama, and Commander J, and Kyrie, and Ketchup, and Ruru, and the cutest little streamer, Stormy, and Ren, and anyone who has stuck around for the raid. Absolutely glorping, and by glorping I mean absolute chlorotin. Así que quiero heartbeats. What's contouring? Trying to cut up the 12-hour streams in the highlighter, but it's not working. We need to give it a day after deleting highlights to make room. I don't know. I don't know enough about highlights and all that. Let's see. So what was the word I was looking up for? Contouring. I don't know. I don't think Google understands it. Because right now it's just giving me Contorian. Gotta go have a good streaming now. I'll try to catch the next one. No worries, Kyrie. I hope you take care of yourself. Good night or good day, Kyrie. Absolute glorping, and by glorping I mean absolute contortin. Contortin, I see. Did I spell that wrong? It's like contort. Oh, to like contort yourself? I think. Is my Q not working? Why aren't you working? OMG, all over you rated here? Yeah, she's rated a couple of times. Your Q is in fact not working. Add task. Did that work? No. Why are you not working, Q? Let's see. Command. Let's see. Uh-oh. Aw, man. That is so not helpful, then. Why is this not working? So I got that. New task. Okay, so what if I get rid of this? Is that what's messing it up? Is that what yucking it up? Okay, there we go. There's that. So then, whatever, this day sucks anyways. I'm sorry, Ren. I'm sorry. So let's do the heartbeats for Kusadigama, since that obviously didn't work, and then we'll do the thing. Gotta go. Good night, Jay. Good night, Commander Jay. Take care of yourself, okay? Luckily, 2 of the 12-hour streams hit a bit before 12 hours, so I shouldn't need to chop them up. Oh, do they not work for... Do they not store if they're longer than that? I've never done that. I would never be able to do that, as much as I would like to. But it does sound nice. Let's see. Nothing happened. You didn't hear anything, Ren. Nothing happened. Oh, tummy. Your heart is beating a little fast there, man. Oh, I don't know. Let me see. I charged my monitor and then proceeded to forget to put it on. So give me just a second. Tummy, sure. Well, that first one I don't think was my tummy. The second one was definitely my tummy. But yeah. No, I think the other one was like you know when you get those bubbles in your esophagus? I think that. But I thought you could upload videos longer than 12 hours to YouTube. Why is it so high? It's usually in the mid-70s. Definitely young, since 81 is the recommended resting heart rate for a 19-year-old. Is it? Does it get slower as you age? I know, like, in utero, babies' heart rates are really high. Or really fast. Yes. Oh. So then by the time you're ancient, it's just so slow. Well, my partner is a good deal older than I am. And their heart rate is really high, like all the time. Apparently, anxiety, stress, and caffeine. Which is like, given how anxious of a person I am, would imagine mine would be quite high usually. But I feel like it stays in like the 70s, low 80s. But being 90 something was a bit higher than usual. Where are my little silicone ear picks? Okay, so I have these little ear picks, and I also have like these little silicone brushes. And I'll let you choose which one you like, Ren. Or both. Both would work too. Where did I put them? Okay, where are those little? Here they are. So here are like the bigger brushies that I have. Probably need more like 70 to 75 beats per minute. Yeah, I'd say that's my usual one. Definitely. See? Proof that I am only 25. I'm only 25. Kusarigama agrees. Let me see. We'll put my average BPM be. Let's see. Between 60 and 100. A more specific range is 93. Oh, during moderate exercise, 93 to 157. I was like, I don't think that should be your resting. But resting is apparently 60 to 100. So, you know, my resting heart rate is 68. I'm ancient. Yeah, I think I'm just always anxious and stressed. That's probably why mine is so high. Although I haven't had a lot of caffeine recently. Although I would imagine mine would be slow given... Maybe not. I have been taking a lot of muscle relaxants. By a lot, I mean the prescribed amount, but more frequently than I have ever done it because I never had muscle relaxants. So I would imagine that they would be lower. Although I guess my higher heart rate, I was thinking, was probably because I deal with a lot of chronic pain, so maybe it's that? I don't know, I'm no doctor. All I know is that every time I go to the doctor, they go, well, your insert everything has turned out normal, so you should be fine. And it's like, that's cool. I'm so glad that I wasted money to be told that I'm fine, when in fact, I am not fine, and I am dealing with pain on an exorbitant scale. I remember when I took ADHD meds and my heart rate jumped to like 100 average. I felt like I was snorting a whole brick of coke. Well, I mean, depending on the ADHD med, Adderall and Ritalin are just prescription speed. So most of the stimulants are going to do that anyways. Why is my stomach making so many noises? It is very unhappy, just existing. And all we did was we just ate, so it's not like it's hungry, or it shouldn't be hungry. Yeah, Adderall is one molecule off from being meth, but it's prescription meth. Which I have not been taking because I've been asleep, so I felt like there was no point in me taking any of my ADHD meds or caffeine if the muscle relaxants are just going to put me to sleep. So I think tomorrow's going to be the last day I'm on it 3 times a day. And then maybe if things are still bad in the evenings, I'll take it right before bed, and hopefully that'll help. I think it has in a way where like my pain isn't that sharp pain by just existing. It is more of like an aching by existing. So that, I feel like that's a market improvement. Probably. I'm no doctor. I wonder now. I'm gonna do another test about see if these are gonna work. Where is it? Why do I need to log into Twitch? I was already logged into Twitch. Oh my gosh. So then why are you showing me my chat if I'm not logged into Twitch OBS? Oh god, where's my phone? Oh man. I almost thought today was Tuesday. Yeah. It's been a long Monday. Yeah, I agree. Definitely has been. It was a long weekend too. I love how it's always like everything is like every day seems to be slow and take forever. But then also it's already May. Like how does that even work? Okay. It worked. Okay. Awesome. So hopefully now that should work, everyone. Hello, Wes. Hello, Nessie. Hi, my dear. Hello. Wow, crashes. Don't mind me just falling through the internet. That is fair. Just be careful. Don't hurt yourself falling through the internet. I have no insurance, no liability insurance or anything to take care of any injuries of my chat. So maybe I need to put that as a disclaimer. I am not liable for any injuries due to falling through the internet or participating in my streams. Especially if you're American. Don't get injured in my streams, you'll be SOL. I'm good. Do it plenty of times. It doesn't make it good, Wes. But, oh god. I have a heating pad too, and it's way too warm. But I hurt. Oh god. So. How you feeling? I'm making it through. I went, because I was dealing with, I think it was Friday that I was saying on stream that I was dealing with like a lot more pain than usual, and then you guys were yelling at me telling me to go to bed. But I don't wanna, I'd much rather be here. Is it muscle related? It is, yeah. And so it was one of those that like it was so, I could not talk. I was like in so much pain. So Saturday my partner was like, hey, we're gonna go to urgent care because this is not normal, especially since like my extremities, my lower extremities are all tingly. And so I was having, thank you for the head pads, Derby. Thank you. And yeah, so they thought that maybe it was like, you make my ears tingly. Thank you. I know, these are little, they're little silicone brushes, whatever, used for babies, for cradle cap. And we got them for baby's cradle cap, which worked well, and then now they don't need it because they've got really long hair and it wouldn't work anyways. So strange, my mother has the same issues, and today marks exactly 6 months since she had her neck surgery. And they haven't checked anything like nerve related. I feel like that could be But for me, I've had, what was it? I've had an X-ray and I've had an MRI of my lower back and hip area, I think. And basically, they're like, everything's normal, you're fine. And they've told me that for a while. And I'm on some gabapentin and meloxicam, and then I also take the extra strength Tylenol. And so I'd been trying to keep up on those. Like, sometimes if I miss a dosage, I can tell, but like I wasn't missing dosages. But it was just like really bad. And basically every time they've done something to like look into what's wrong, they're like, you don't have any arthritis or any like joint not degradation, my joints aren't disintegrating. Deterioration, that's what something, I think. I don't know. Either way, my spine looks allegedly fine. My hips and joints look fine. No arthritis, etc. So they're like, well, you should be fine. Here's some pain meds and go to physical therapy. So it's just one of those like, okay, cool. But it got really bad over the end of last week. And so then went into urgent care, and they're like, well, there's nothing much we can do because everything, according to everything else, seems fine. So here's some muscle relaxers and get some lidocaine pain relief patches. So thanks. Well, so the muscle relaxers. Thank you, Jesus, for the fish. The muscle relaxers made me sleepy, so I'd been sleeping for the past couple of days. And then because I was sleeping all day basically yesterday, my partner was the only one with the kiddos, not my kiddos, our kiddos. Which is exhausting. It's very exhausting. So by the end of the day, they were like, can I just sleep? And so that's why we canceled yesterday. But same with that. As far as nerves are concerned, she's dealing with a lack there of motor function and dexterity in her left hand. Reason why I've been helping with cooking, but everyone says my mother finished PT, or ever since my mother finished PT, she hasn't gotten any better. Well, I hope that she is able to get that handled, because that's clearly not normal. For me, thankfully, it's nothing too terrible. My dexterity has decreased, but I think that comes with getting older, maybe. I don't know. But then sorry, my brain just I just short-circuited. I'm trying to read and trying to process thoughts and words, and it's not working. It's not working. Thank you for checking in, Silicon. Welcome, welcome, my dear. Can I be real? Are you real? Is anybody real? Am I real? What's real? Exactly. Hola, Princess Mineria? Minari, don't Mineria. Ha 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 ha. Well, what's Mineria? Do I want to know? Mineria. Mineria is laughing, but then is that different than was it Mineria or Meneria? Mining? I have no idea. But yeah, hopefully your mom, they figure out stuff for your mom. Um, this is a simulation, exactly. The corrector I miss. Oh, I see. I saw Stormy said, "How you been, by the way?" I'm alive. I'm making it through. Um, but alright, I'm gonna be honest. The system screwed over my mother 1 year and 8 months too late that the surgery was needed. Oh, I know. I hate that. I hate that. And that's why I don't bother, right? That's why I don't bother doing any, like going to the doctor or anything like that, because all I'm going to be told is, well, you're fine, so just do this. And it's like, okay, cool. And so, like, yes, part of it's my fault for not keeping on top of the physical therapy stuff. It's been so hectic here, and I need to get on that more for sure. But and thank you for the follow, Riley Elect. Welcome to my little corner of the ocean. And so yeah, basically they go, here are drugs, feel better, hopefully. And it's like, okay. Oh, and my primary care was like, oh, you could also try acupuncture. Like, what the fuck is that gonna do? Okay. But okay. Pisses me off to no end. She has an extremely high pain tolerance, but seeing her in pain visibly, it hurts. I know. Well, I like to believe I have a pretty high pain tolerance, right? And like, typically on a good day, like, you know the scale that they give of 1 to 10 or whatever, I was like, I hover at about a 5 and can make it pretty much through the day. But the reason I ended up going to the doctor in general was because like it was hovering at about like a 7. And so then when I went in, they were like, oh yeah, you're fine, everything's fine. They did the x-rays, they did all the other stuff that I had to pay for, all that fun, expensive stuff. Oh no, the doctor, hope you're feeling better. Yeah, I'm doing okay, Ren. Thank you for stopping in. We're just talking about chronic pain stuff. And the infuriating system of American healthcare. How are you doing, Ren? Have you left the States again? You no longer in Florida? Oh, you're in Miami still? I see. Are you having a good time? I don't know if anybody... Obviously, you get paid to be there. But I don't know if people would have to pay me a lot to be able to go to Florida. I am not a humidity person at all. Don't do well. I live in the desert for a reason. And that reason is because that's where I was adopted too. I just haven't left. My girlfriend came down from Atlanta. We're hanging out. Nice. Tell her I say hi. I'll dread the day when I come storming in as a Super Saiyan. Right? But yeah, so then they were like, okay, go to physical therapy. It was like the first time that they admit to it. And when I went to my first physical therapy appointment, they were like, oh yeah, your hip isn't like your leg isn't in your hip socket properly. So she reset my hip or whatever, like pulled my leg and popped it back into the socket. And I was like, I'm so glad that you found that and that my x-ray was absolutely useless and that they didn't see that, but that's okay. She claims she doesn't snore, but most definitely is at the moment. My cute portable generator. Yes. I know I snore. Nowhere near that of like my partner, but I do know that I've snored, or that I snore. Mainly because, excuse me, that my My aunt shared a room with me for a while when I was a child, and she's like, "Wow, you snore really loudly." And it's like, I can't help it. I'm sorry. I can't breathe through my nose. Kind of cool off. Oh yeah, I was gonna make that command work. Should we take a dip, everyone? And then I'll get it eventually. But I'm really glad that you are able to hang out with your girlfriend. She snores, but it's quite nice. She also squeezes my internal organs if she gets a nightmare. Does she have cold feet? Like the cold feet in that like the girlfriends have, that they put their like frozen popsicle feet against the men's back or whatever. She sure does, and hands. I never understood that. Generally speaking, unless I'm sick, my hands and my feet are almost always warm. So unless I'm sick or there's something wrong, my hands and feet are usually warm. So I never understood the people that like all the pictures of like, or the stereotype of the girlfriend who like puts their frozen feet against their partner's back. I'm not sure. I'm always boiling, so together we create an equilibrium. Exactly. I think it works. Hello, Yue Ying. Welcome, my dear. How are you today? If I remember correctly, I believe Yue Ying is an artist streamer. Like they stream art, if I'm remembering correctly. I do know that they stream, but you should give them a check out. Let's see. There we go. But yeah, you should give them a follow. They're pretty cool people, I think. Let's see. We're gonna end that task. Did that work? Coconut. Coconut. I didn't do a dip, did I? My brain is fried. Feels like midnight, but it's only 11:15 here. Yeah, it's like 9:12 and it feels like 2 a.m. Anyways, here, we'll do a quick dip and then we'll continue our coconutting. Our coconuts. We're gonna take a dip in 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath. My sleep schedule has returned for the time being. That's good. I feel like it helps when you're in the same or similar time zone to your partner, right? It's gotta be hard, like, not being in the same time zone. It'd be one thing if it were consistently not the same time zone, as in, like, oh, there's like 3 hours between you typically, but instead, no, it's like, it could be an hour, it could be 8 hours, it could be 17 hours. I don't know what I don't know, but thank you for the scan. Coconut. Coconut. I'm confused by the redeem names. Coconut. Which ones are you confused about? Most of them are, so they're all color coded. So the purple ones are all triggers or ASMR trigger related. The pink ones are all model related and toggles, etc. The blue ones are like a singing redeem, Hello, Chris. Thank you for the follow. But yeah, I know that they can be kind of confusing. I was trying to do it so that, because I had it where you could, thank you. Thank you for Sakabambaspis. Um, the, I had tried it where it was just split up into the three so that people who wanted, the like the coral, the lower tier triggers, the cheaper triggers, etc. for the ASMR stuff, but I have a lot under those categories, so I feel like it ends up being easier to just have some of them, and if the ones that you want aren't on the redeem, then feel free to write in which one you would like instead. The Great One has returned. He has. Do you want him small or large? Because he can't get... Oopsie, that's the wrong one. That one? He can get bigger. Or smaller. Oh gosh. Oh, it hurts. I can't tell if this heating pad is not big. Okay. I know, he's so silly. Shark? Not really. It is a jawless fish. It's a Sakabambaspis. And I'm gonna get it. Pambezos? Pambezos? A Sakabambaspis. It's a jawless fish. The only other, it's long extinct. But what is it? The only ones that are, oh, yeah, sorry. I guess here, let me see. I don't have a way to, let's see if I can toggle. But the dead mom is a dead mom hair, so let me show you. I'll show you my, let's see. Okay, and this one is, where's the true form? Here it is. Okay. So the dead mom hair is the one that's off. What is dead mom? The hair that's tied off like this. Since almost every anime where there's a mom with hair like this, they end up dying. So. Oopsie. That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. So. See, I was gonna ask my marine biologist friend what it was. Yeah, I think he's let's see. Let me pull it up. Sakabambaspis is a fish. Is an extinct genus of jawless fish that lived in the Ordovician period. The Sakabambaspis lived in shallow waters with continental margins of Gondwana. It is the best known arandaspid, with many specimens known. Sakabambaspis was approximately 25 centimeters or 9 3/4 inches in length. The body shape of a Sakabambaspis vaguely resembled that of a tadpole, with an oversized head, flat body, wriggling tail, and lack of fins. It has characteristic frontally positioned eyes like car headlamps. So, yeah. I don't know. I think they're funny. And so I was like, this is my true form. I'm actually a Sakabambaspis, not a jellyfish. Love that thing. It looks like a little torpedo. It's so funny, right? And I love this little asset because he gets like, he can squint his eyes, but then, and I don't know, he's just so wiggly and jiggly. I love it. And it's cute, very, very cute. I love him a lot. So I think he's funny. Um, Coconut. 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 What are your thoughts on coconuts? I like it. But I know a lot of people don't like coconut for some reason. And I know a lot of people they don't mind the taste of coconut, they just don't like the texture of it. And I like both. Usually. Coconut. Coconut. Also, unsurprisingly, my child liked those Peeps. They were horrible. I did not like them, but kiddo liked them well enough, so I guess at least they'll get eaten. I guess. I had toasted coconut tea recently. Not a fan. I don't know about tea. Like, I could see why you might put that in tea, but I don't know. Coconut. So I don't know if it's important, but I do mental image training in my sleep. What's that? Is that to help, like, learn to, I don't know what is that? Is that something to do with, like, lucid dreaming? Hello, fun guy. Hello, raiders. Thank you for the raid, my dear. How are you? How was your just chatting stream? When I sleep, that's the only time I rest. I can't image working men too. Right, that does not sound like fun. I've got too much stuff on my mind all the time anyways. Churro Peeps were surprising in their flavor. I can't decide if I like them. I hated them. They were terrible. They tasted like Hobby Lobby. Don't like them. I think it'd be one thing if it were like more just cinnamon sugar flavored, but it just tastes like cinnamon. And so then it has that like potpourri cinnamon kind of taste. Like hand-to-hand combat, it's kind of like lucid dreaming. That's a fair description, right? No, I was telling my partner that too, because they were eating them with me. Like, we all tried one on Easter, and I went, ew, no thank you. But I was surprised that those other Peeps were worse. They were terrible. I was like, you can't get worse than this Hobby Lobby Peep. Oh, I was wrong. I was very wrong. But welcome in, fun guy and raiders. If you need to raid and run, by all means, please do not feel obligated to stay. If you do want to stay, feel free to get comfortable. Just hang out. Let's hang out. I was asking about coconuts and if people liked coconut. I quite like it, but I don't know about having a toasted coconut in the tea. But I feel like most of the time, toasted coconut flavors, like as a flavoring, is just too bitter and just tastes like burnt coconut. I'm gonna head out, Minari. I'll see you later. Bye, Ren. Thanks for stopping by. I hope your day goes well. Your week goes well, rather. I gave up on the Peeps. Only cheesecake. Yeah, no. I'm fine with just regular Peeps, but those flavored ones were terrible. And I thought that I would hate the cotton candy one the most. I was wrong. I was very wrong. That party cake one was disgusting. And I don't even know how to describe how disgusting it was. It was just repulsive. So, I don't like Peeps. Yeah, that's fair. I really like marshmallows. But I'm very particular about marshmallows. So, like, my partner got, what are they? They're like chocolate covered marshmallows or whatever. They're like shaped like an egg, and it's a marshmallow, and it's like dipped in milk chocolate, which would seem up my alley, but I'm very particular about textures, and a lot of times, like, dipped marshmallows are really like slimy. I don't know how to describe it, but it was pretty bad. I still don't know what the flavor of the party cake is supposed to taste like. I would think like birthday cake. Like a white birthday cake. Have you never had like white cake batter? Now Reese's Pieces, the Easter bunnies, are Christmas ones. That's a different story. I have not tried I have not tried those. Marshmallow plus wet, very not good. Yes, the like really soggy marshmallows are awful. And I'm not usually like a foamy texture person, but they have to be drier. They cannot be like this gloppy, stretchy, like really wet mess. I hate it. I hate it. Because I don't like grainy sugar now. Speaking of marshmallows, I might attempt to make my own marshmallows for my cookbook. Ooh, I do know homemade marshmallows can be quite tasty. A mutual friend of Silicon and mine would make marshmallows. They were so good. So good. Because they had like the perfect texture, and then they were like vanilla-y flavored. So I do quite like them. I realized I didn't get any candy on Easter. Oh, the Easter Bunny didn't drop any baskets by you? The only reason I got those candies was because I was at the dollar store looking for Pop Rocks for stream, and they had those on sale, obviously, because Easter is over. So they were on sale for like 50% off, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll try them. How bad could they be? Very bad. Very bad. Take mine. I don't want any. Right? I'll hand you my candy. Although I fixate on certain candies. So, like, I know we have a fair bit of jelly beans. Like the Starburst jelly beans, because I don't like Jelly Belly jelly beans. I don't trust them. And so, I'll eat those. But my partner loves jelly beans, so they've been eating those mostly. I've just been eating whatever else out of kiddos' basket. I took their kisses, and they've got like the little mini bars, like the little mini like Hershey's chocolate, and then like the crackle chocolate ones, the one with the rice candies, and all those. So they have those like little ones, but yeah. But yeah, I think anything that's like party cake or birthday cake flavored is supposed to be like that kind of like white cake batter taste with maybe some sprinkles almost. Is what it seems like. Hello, Doorbach. Welcome in, my dear. I only have a sweet tooth for soda, licorice, and ice cream. That or chocolate milk. Chocolate milk is the best. Chocolate milk is great. Did I miss the bedtime story? No, usually it happens at the end. Did you want a bedtime story? I have a myriad of books. We've got Good Night Moon, Go the Fuck to Sleep, I Like You, The Book of Sleep, Good Night Construction Site, Llama Llama Red Pajama, If Animals Kissed Good Night. I think this one's Good Night Kisses, and Good Night Polar Bear. I also have I have all of Robert Frost's poems, Edgar Allan Poe poems and short stories, and the Grimm's fairy tales as well. So, oh, I don't know. You live in the States, Wes, right? I'm pretty sure. That's why we were talking about how abysmal healthcare system is. Tillamook. If you like Tillamook, which I enjoy their everything, Tillamook is quite good. They have what was, and I'm not much of a peanut butter person. I've grown to be okay with it, but I hated it as a child, and I never liked peanut butter cups. But there's a toasted, what is it? It's campfire peanut butter cups or something, is the flavor of the Tillamook ice cream, and it is a marshmallow flavored base. So the ice cream is marshmallow ice cream-ish. It tastes like marshmallow anyways. And then it's got like fudge swirled in with peanut butter cups in it as well, and they're like tiny little peanut butter cups, but they are so tasty. That ice cream is so good. I could do without the peanut butter cups, and it'd be the perfect ice cream, where it is a marshmallow based ice cream with like fudge swirls in it. But the peanut butter cups are fine. I could take them or leave them. I'm allergic to peanuts. I've always been curious how it tasted. They're okay. I don't mind peanuts, and I don't mind butter. I just don't like peanut butter, which I know is not the same thing. I remember, I haven't had that ice cream in forever. Yeah, it was so good. Because we usually go with the malted moo shake. I really like that. It's got really weird, is it similar to almond butter? Kind of, yeah. All of the nut butters, I believe, are the same, where they just grind it and then have whatever emulsifiers as well. But I did have a question about reading redeems. Yeah, feel free to ask. I figure, do I have it? It should. Does it have the option to type in? Because it should let you know. Let's see. Oops. Let me see. Reading redeems. Yeah, poem, children's book. So then let me add to that, because I've got, where are my redeems? Platforms. Crystal would be reading. So we've got Robert Frost poems, Edgar Allan Poe poems, fiction, Grimm fairy tales, and bedtime stories. Some of those. Someday I might risk it, but that's another issue. Probably 60 years in the future issue. I don't know what peanuts taste like. Yeah, I don't know if you're missing out on it. They're okay. I don't know if I like them better than almonds, because almonds suck the moisture out of your mouth. But peanut butter tends to be sweet, but natural peanut butter just tastes like peanuts. I wouldn't try it. It's nothing special. Yeah, I don't think it'd be worth the possibility of anaphylaxis. Almonds are also kind of goated. Peanuts taste like earth and sadness. You don't like peanuts? I'm surprised. Cashews are my favorite. I do love cashews. Of the nuts, I do like cashews probably the best. Although technically, I guess, isn't peanuts. Peanuts are legumes, not nuts. But I'll bring a pack of almonds to work with me. Yeah, I like cashews. Pecans are okay sometimes. Walnuts are okay in small doses. Big chunks of walnuts tend to be a little overpowering. So I'm allergic to peanuts and no other nuts. That's fair, yeah. No, oftentimes you can be allergic to one or the other or both. But getting a bit nutty, aren't we? Maybe a little. I feel like I'm always nutty though. Let's see. How about some hourglasses? Should we do some of that? But yeah, if there's a book or a chapter or a story you want me to read or anything, let me know, Wes, if that's what you would like to redeem. I have all these books and stuff. I do need to see about bringing up because the initial book that I was going to read before I got all these wonderful books was going to be the Winnie the Pooh books, because I know a lot of people actually don't know that it like came from books and then Disney took over it, right? But that like a lot of the stories are missed because they don't tell them in the movies. or some of them have been told in the movies, but it's in a shit movie, so Piglet's Big Movie was terrible. Terrible. Reading redeems. I usually dig into video game lore, Destiny 2 specifically, since it can be so in depth. I can try. Is it easy to find? I just don't know anything about it. We're rating Winnie the Pooh movies now. I haven't rewatched this in a while. Yeah, let's see. Let's pull up all the Pooh movies. Because, like, the main movies they have. So let's see. I don't think I've seen that one. I don't think I've seen It a Day for Eeyore. There's actually quite a few I haven't seen. Anyways, so there are The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Oop, I DM'd you. Oh, yeah, sorry, Alfie. I've been not conscious. I've been not conscious for the past few days. I think I saw that. How do I know how much room is on my hard drive? I wanted to ask how much storage your hard drive has. So which one is that, like your disk C? Or is that something else? Had no clue there was a Piglet movie. It's trash. Don't bother with it. It is the worst. Solid state drive. Piglet's Big Movie. Yes, Piglet's Big Movie. File Explorer, this PC, C drive. The books, though, are great. They are. A. Milne is amazing. And I really love his poetry. He's got really good poems. Let's see. So my C drive. I know you are tripping. No, it was. I will explain. Give me just a minute. So my local C drive has 232 gigabytes. But then I have a bunch of other discs as well. But that's my C drive, I guess. I have like an, what is it? So let's see. I've got C drive, D drive, E drive, and F drive, and my F drive is 2 terabytes, which is where all of my streaming stuff is, and where I moved all of my streaming stuff to when I nuked my streamer pod. I grew up with that movie. First of all, you're a baby. Second of all, I'm having problems. I'm having problems tonight. It was horrible, and I will explain why. So, first of all, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh follows a lot of the Pooh books. I am a baby. You said you're 25. Yes, well, women lie. I guess I shouldn't make that a monolith. I shouldn't make that a monolith. But ladies often lie about their age. um, so the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh was, I believe, although according to this, it was not the first Winnie the Pooh movie. I don't know. But either way, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh follows a lot of the books, or a lot of the original Winnie the Pooh stories. Um, and it was okay. There was obviously the addition of the Gopher character was there, and um, and he kind of continued through the what is it? It was the series, the cartoon series, the continued adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Because there's the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, and then the, let's see, and then what was the New Adventures. It was the animated series, The New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Um, and those ones, I don't think, from what I remember, it's been a long time since I've seen those, don't really follow the stories. And then, so then you had a bunch of the other Winnie the Pooh, let's see. So you had Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, Pooh's Grand Adventure, The Search for Christopher Robin, which was whatever. Seasons of Giving, the Tigger movie, which I quite enjoyed the Tigger movie. I cried a lot in that movie because as an adoptee, it was like, oh, look, I don't have a family either. But yeah, but I did hate the soundtrack because my sister played that on repeat forever. So yeah, that one I got tired of. Um, then Piglet's Big Movie was terrible. If you know anything, the ones with the elephant. No, the Heffalump movie is a different one that came after Piglet's Big Movie. Or yeah. So besides, the Heffalump, Lumpy had a family. He had his mom. He had his mom. It was It was the Tigger movie that was about. I like the live action with Ewan McGregor. That one was okay. Yeah, I liked that one too. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't bad. It was pretty okay. Besides, I enjoy just listening to Ewan McGregor talk. I like Scottish men. Okay. I had no idea there was a Piglet movie. Yeah, it was terrible. It was not good. Anything with Ewan McGregor is a good movie in my mind. Exactly. Exactly. Ewan McGregor just needs to show up and talk. But the reason why Piglet's Big Movie was so fucking terrible, it was the worst, and I am so appalled by all the good reviews because it was not good. If you know anything about Winnie the Pooh and his character and the rest of the characters, first of all, the direction they went with Rabbit, I have no idea what the fuck is wrong with them. It's definitely got like Rabbit is trying to get with Kanga vibes. He's very weird. He's very odd about things, especially in Piglet's Big Movie, because there's a lot of him like doting on Rue in like a really weird way. It's really weird. Not so sure about his dynamics. He got shittier as it went on. So for those who don't know, Winnie the Pooh, that all of the stuffed animals, or most of the characters, are stuffed animals, and so the reason why Owl and Rabbit are never depicted with like seams or stitching is because they are not stuffed animals. They are literally a rabbit and an owl. And so the whole point of them and why they have brains is because they are literally animals that have a brain. Not good ones necessarily, but that's why, like, oh, rabbit can read because he has a brain. Oh, owl can read because he has a brain, because they are not stuffed animals. Although, according to the books, Piglet could also read. Read and write, I believe. But not well. Not as well as owl and rabbit. And so that's why a lot of times when they were referring to the other stuffed animals about, like, them not having any brains or that their heads are just filled with fluff is because they are all stuffed animals. And so obviously that they are all named after, or why they are named the way that they are, is because they were stuffed animals that, one, the real Christopher Robin owned, and two, that they are named things that, like, children would name stuffed animals, right? So that, like, Kanga and Roo were obviously named Kanga and Roo because they are a kangaroo, and her Joey. And then Tigger is a tiger. Piglet is Piglet. And then Winnie the Pooh is actually named after, or was named after, a bear in a zoo, I believe in London. And so yeah. So the first one, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, did, and the reason why it was set up the way it was set up is because it was trying to set it up like the books, because it did take stories from the books. Why they continued that with the other stories, I have no idea. It made more sense to do it for the first one because it followed a lot of their stories. But a lot of the other ones, like Tigger's movie, did not follow any stories that A.A. Milne wrote. The only other one that followed stories that A.A. Milne wrote was Piglet's Big Movie, but it was terribly done. First of all, it was terribly done. And yeah, but I guess I understand in a way why they continued. I guess also the newer one, the Winnie the Pooh movie of 2011, I believe it was, also did some of the stories. And so yeah. So why I kind of get why they all followed the chapter book kind of theme, is to kind of make that specifically a Winnie the Pooh kind of style thing. But the reason they did it in the first place was because they were following Winnie the Pooh's stories, or the stories written by A.A. Milne. And so yeah, so then The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh kind of followed the first book, where Pooh goes and visits Rabbit, gets stuck in Rabbit's hole, but that's not exactly true. It's not untrue, but gets stuck in Rabbit's back door. That's not any better. Gets stuck in his burrow? I don't know. Either way. So that followed that story, which was the second chapter of the first Winnie the Pooh book. And then then there were the other ones where it was like the big flood that happened near the end, and the party for Pooh, etc. Although I think The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh had some of the stories from the House at Pooh Corner, like how thank you for the anchors, Kyrie. Like how Owl's house got destroyed, and so they were looking for a new house. I believe those happened in the second book, The House at Pooh Corner. And so then the Winnie the Pooh movie of 2011 also followed a lot of the stories, like when Eeyore loses his tail, and then quite a few other ones. What is it? The Baxen was another story, I believe, at the House at Pooh Corner, Congrats on reaching 700 followers. Thank you, my dear. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I just saw that. I don't know how that happened. I appreciate you all very much. We're talking about Winnie the Pooh and why Piglet's big movie was terrible. And so then, so they all have like set characters types, right? Winnie the Pooh is described in the books, and I really hate the sequel books that were written after the fact, especially when they tried to write it in style of Milne, and it did not work. And I just feel like they did not capture the characters and how they are, which is why Piglet's Big Movie bothers me so much. So Piglet's Big Movie tries to follow some of the additional stories, like they did the house at Pooh Corner that they built for Eeyore, because in the second book, there's a blizzard, and Pooh and Piglet build a house for Eeyore. Also, the fact that they don't have the timing correct of when Tigger is introduced and not bothers me, but that's a whole other thing. And so, basically, a lot of Piglet's Big Movie is all the characters not acting like they are just to be assholes to Piglet, for them to go, oh no, he does so much for us. How terrible friends we are. And it's like, yeah, because none of you are acting the way that you are supposed to. Cutie Minard, Cutie Atomic, hello, hello. We're talking about Winnie the Pooh. I'm very passionate about this. If it weren't evident, I guess. But the whole movie of Piglet's Big Movie is that, like, Winnie the Pooh, who is supposed to be Piglet's best friend, is an asshole to him, and that nobody is acknowledging what Piglet does. And so, like, the movie starts out with them trying to get honey, and I found an entry, so how do you want to do this? Oh, do you want to link it to me in Discord? Because I think you're not allowed to put links in chat, but when did this come out? The book? Or, I mean, the movie? Piglet's Big Movie was actually, I think, like 2005? So it came out after the Tigger movie, which the Tigger movie had nothing to do with any of the stories. It was basically like, Tigger wants a family. Look, where are his family? And then they're like, oh, well, you're adopted. You have no family. You are a Tigger. You are the only one. And then they get upset about then they try and be like, hey, see, we're your family. So I had a lot of trauma associated with this, where it's like, oh, this is really cute. See, nobody has any entry sent. Awesome. So yeah, it was one of those like, oh, okay, well. But I kind of gave it its own pass because it had nothing to do with the originals. It was fine. The trouble I have with Piglet's Big Movie is that it tried to follow the original stories. It did it terribly, and everybody was an asshole about it. Everybody is an asshole about it. And so they like started out like trying to get honey, and Piglet's like, hey, can I help? And they're like, no, you're not helpful at all. And then things go wrong because none of them think. And then Piglet saves the day, but they like ignore the fact that Piglet saves the day, and they're like, thanks, everybody did a great job, except for this guy over here who's useless. So then Piglet's all sad and does like a little singing montage, and yeah. I'm thinking something came out recently and I just wasn't aware. No, we were talking about Winnie the Pooh movies, or just Pooh in general, because that was going to be one of my redeems for reading. Was initially going to be Winnie the Pooh chapters, because a lot of people don't actually know the original stories. They just know the movies. And then Alfie says that they grew up and liked Piglet's Big Movie, so I'm telling them why their childhood is trash. And Alfie's not the only one that thinks this, right? Most people are like, oh my gosh, this was such a great movie, and my own child loved that movie a lot, to the point where they just kept listening to, what's her name, Carly? I don't know. She does the music for a lot of the later Pooh movies. Wow. Hey, I'm just trying to trial by fire, right? There's no point in dipping your toe in the water to adjust. You just gotta jump in. And everybody's childhood is trash. I wish I waited to throw something. I don't see why you would need to throw anything at me. I am merely trying to make sure that Alfie understands how life is. I speak as though Alfie is recently, like, just turned 18 type thing. But everybody's childhood is trash, right? And it wouldn't bother me so mad, or it wouldn't bother me so bad if they just at least stuck to how the characters are. And none that, like, most of the movie was just oh, do you remember this thing that we did? Instead of, like, it being about Piglet, it just happened to be about Piglet and how Piglet saved the day, and everybody took his kindness, like, took advantage of his kindness. So that's what bothered me. I could throw the ocean if you wanted, I guess. Make sure you don't hurt yourself. So let's see. But either way, they weren't particularly good. And then they, like, Rabbit was just really weird in his portrayal of things, and just that, like, the whole point of Winnie the Pooh, like, Pooh is spacey and, like, often doesn't think about things because he is, quote, a bear of very little brain, but he's not an asshole. He knows, like, he sees what his friends do, and, like, he's very caring about them in that way. And so the portrayal of him and Tigger and everybody just being, like, assholes and not noticing when Piglet does stuff, only for Roo to be like, why didn't y'all, like, take care of him? And then they're like, oh, we should have. And it's like, I get the point of the story, where it's like, you never know what you have until you no longer have it type thing. But it was really stupid. The execution was terrible. And a lot of it, there was one thing that they said, and I think that they just didn't finish the quote, because it just didn't work. It was something about, like, because one of it was Eeyore, one of the stories in Piglet's Big Movie was the house at Pooh Quarter, which they built a house for Eeyore. And so, like, there was something, I don't remember the exact verbiage of it, but it was basically like Eeyore built a house and then it disappeared, and then, like, he found it or something. But then Christopher Robin said something that did not work unless they had initially a line in there that they accidentally cut, because it just did not make sense, and it was really annoying. Movie not sticking to the source material, who would have thought? Yeah, I'm not even saying it needs to stick to it wholly. It's just, don't make Pooh and everybody an asshole just so you can further the story, because the whole story was convoluted and stupid, and it did not feature Piglet. It really did not. He was there, but it was equally about everyone than it was about him, until the end, where it was like, oh no, how could we? Piglet meant so much to us. Now we must find him. But then now it's raining. Thank you for the head pat, Kyrie. Thank you. So, it was just annoying in the fact that, like, if you're gonna do it right. It was not done right. Anyway, should we read what Wes linked? But the Heffalump movie wasn't particularly good either. That one was another one that was infuriating, and that Rabbit wasn't who he typically is, so he was just a jerk. I don't have any liquids. Can I pretend to drink something? Glug, 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 glug. I forgot to bring up an extra liquid. stretch though. Shame. I know, I wasn't. I've been sleeping for 3 days, almost literally exclusively. Oh, 2 days. I've been sleeping for 2 days. Unrealistic, cancel her. I know. I'm terrible. I never said I was good at acting. Y'all stayed anyways. So, marry you, redeem? Yeah. It's happened twice since the reboot, since the refresh of StreamerBot, and it happened twice prior to it, and that was Doorbok. Doorbok had done the marry redeem twice. It's a singing redeem, so if you don't like my singing voice, which I don't blame you, don't redeem it then. Let's see. So what is this? Gardener and winnower. Once upon a time, a gardener and a winnower lived together in a garden. What is with these asterisks? It was once before a time, because time had not yet begun. We did not live, we existed as principles of ontological dynamics that emerged from mathematical structures as bodies and inevitable as the primes. Bodiless. There's a lot. There's a lot of big words in this, Wes. Ooh, the flower game. I've read this lore book. I know nothing of this. There's just a lot of big words. I never get past the gotcha redeem. I've also done marriage twice. Worth it. Yeah, Cheetah's done the marriage. But welcome in, Cheetah. I hope you're doing well. Okay, so let's try this again. There's a lot of big words. So, once upon a time, it was once before a time, because time had not yet begun. A gardener and a winnower. What's a winnower? Winnower is a cosmic force, not a being, representing the process of selection and destruction that shapes the universe. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, Bungie tried to compensate their piss-poor management with crazy grammar. I see. It's kind of like my friend who would use a bunch of big words, so I was like, I'm an idiot. Like, I always thought that I was average intelligence because my friends were, like, ridiculously smart. And one of them was like, no, I don't think I'm ridiculously smart, but I use big words in order to sound ridiculously smart. I was like, I don't even have that. I need to move up the hand for Succubombusbus so that his is like right there. Right there. It's pretty interesting. That being said, they have been writing this for a decade with different creative leads. Ooh, I see. A gardener and a winnower lived. We did not live, we existed as principles of ontological dynamics that emerged from mathematical structures as bodiless and inevitable as the primes. Together in a garden, it was a field of possibility that prefigured existence. They existed because they had to exist. They had no antecedent and no constituents, and there is no instrument of causality by which they could be portioned into components and assigned to some schematic of their origin. If you followed the umbilical of history in search of some ultimate atavistic embryo that became them, you would end your journey marooned here in this garden. They are the cause before all causes. What are we reading? Destiny 2 lore book, I guess. Yeah, we are reading The Gardener and Winnower as linked by Wes. In the morning, the gardener pushed seeds down into the west loam of the garden to see what they would become. In the evening, the winnower reaped the day's crop and separated What would flourish from what had failed? The day was longer than all of time, and the night was swifter than a glint of light on a falling sugar crystal. Insects buzzed between the flowers, and worms slithered between the roots, feeding on what was and what might be. The first gradient in existence, the first dynamo of life. Rain fell from no sky. Voices spoke without mouth or meaning. A tree of silver wings bloomed, yielded fruit. Of silver wings bloomed, yielded fruit, shed feathers, bloomed again. In the day between the morning and the evening, the gardener and the winnower played a game of possibilities. I will say I like the prose of that. Very particular, not very particular, but I tend to like things, even if it's like big and kind of clunky words. It's a little what is it? What am I trying to think? It's a p word, I think. Not presumptuous. It's very, I don't know, showy in a way. Purple prose. Purple prose. Purple prose. No, I'm trying to think of what it is. But I like the way, I like, even if the big words are a bit, what is it? Showy offy. I do like the way that it flowed and stuff like that. Which is why I think I really like A.A. Milne's writing, is because a lot of it is what is it? Stream of consciousness kind of way, which I think is really neat. Sesquipedalian? Sure. That starts with a P. Sesquipedalian. Does that mean like... What is the word I'm trying to come up with? It's not petty. It's not pedantic. Characterized by long words, long-winded. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I like that too. But like, A.A. Milne's isn't like that. It's uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sorry, I didn't have that. I'm gonna return that. Sorry. Yeah, let me turn that back on. I had originally turned it off, but because it wasn't working quite right. So there's that cheetah, if you would like a shall redeem. Oh, look, it's frozen. It's broken. What's the word I'm looking for? But yeah, they're the cause before all causes. They changed the meaning to later on this lore book has meant in context for like 6 different things. Winnower from the verb to winnow, to separate chaff from grain by fanning. Oh, okay. See, my indeeding has been a thing. Destiny 2 lore books. It doesn't have to be perfect. They technically existed before time, playing the flower game every day. Good luck with that. Loved the game at first, hated how they did the DLCs. Oh. The cool Cletus? If you look at my Twitch photo, you'll see that I wear dark glasses. If you're wondering why I wear them, it's so I don't get lost in the brightness of your eyes. Oh my. Cletus. You know how to woo a lady. Purple Prose. Entry from the Unveiling lore book from the Shadowkeep DLC, I think. I aspire to write the same way that the Destiny 2 authors write. Organizing cards while vibing to Minari rambles. Yes, as Minari rambles about Winnie the Pooh and Destiny 2 stuff that I am unawares of. I'm trying to think of what that word is. It's going to come to me tomorrow at like 3 a.m. What is What's the word I'm looking for? Not petty, not petulant, not pedantic. It just seems very, look at how smart I am. I'm using these big words. That kind of thing. Maybe I guess sesquipedalian, pedalian. I think Lunars used that word before too, and I go, The Sword Logic Hive lore books are my favorite in Destiny. Even some of the exotic lore entries are good. We're still learning about the Tablets of Ruin story, characterized by long words, long-winded. Definitely love them all. Same here. I love the Hive-themed stuff, but I love the Last Word and Thorn lore. Do I get to choose the redeem? Yeah, you get to choose any shell redeem that you would like. Those are quite good. Winnow, beat your wheat on a rock. Let's see. Should I go get a drink? It's already an hour and 40 minutes. We should probably... I have Jello. Can that count? Scratchies, please. Yeah, what kind of scratchies? Do you want it with the little earmuffs, the dead cat earmuffs? I could do it on the other mic, technically. Get drink. But I have Jello. Go hydrate. I've got like 15 minutes left. Here, I'm gonna eat Jello. Here. Jello has liquid. It's considered a clear liquid. You can have it on a clear liquid diet. Clack, clack, drink. Besides, Jello has some liquid in it. Also, I do not recommend getting the cherry Jello. It tastes terrible. Although I guess it's technically not Jello, it's snack pack. Sorry. I should probably turn off my mic. These are probably terrible sounds. Let's see. And where's my spoon? But yeah, if you are on a clear liquid diet, you can have Jello. Usually. I'll keep the entries to a minimum. What's a clear liquid diet? When you're not allowed to eat things that are like solid foods, usually. Next time I'll do a redeem and instead request you to hydrate. Fine, I'll go get something to drink. You happy? Hey yo. Hello, little beastman. They want me to step away. I have Jello that could be hydrating in a way. But no. I have to go get a liquid, even though I'll be done in 15 minutes. You guys are wasting your time, by the way. So I'll be right back then. what did I knock over? Oh god. Ouch. Oh god. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. Oh gosh. There, are you happy? But yeah, a clear liquid diet is for people who have had, I don't know, issues. I don't know. When I was in the hospital after having baby, I got put on a clear liquid diet a few different times. So, but yeah. So things like broth that you can drink, and Jello in this case. And I ate them out of house and home when it came to Jello. It's like, if you're gonna charge me $160,000 just to have a baby, then I'm gonna eat all of your Jello. Didn't help that they had the fridge, the postpartum like area. They had the fridge right there beside me. So, damn, that's expensive. Yeah, American healthcare. Da, da, da. I also had a lot of complications with that birth, so, and was in the hospital almost a full week after, so I guess it kind of makes sense in a way. But I owe 2 drinkies. Rin, clack clack, give me your Jello. I didn't clack clack, I just like got up and got it. Besides, they wanted me to walk right after surgery, so I said, fine, if I have to walk, then you gotta give me your Jello. I don't know if they realized how much of their Jello I ate. I ate a lot. And then I ordered like extra with my meals. So, yeah. I was very, son of a mother. I was very, God damn, I can't bend. Give me your Jello, bitch, right? They weren't tracking ins and outs? Probably not. I don't know. Are you okay? I'm fine. I just keep dropping. The tablet that toggles that stuff. I've been in the supply closet that the nurses have in the past. I'm willing to bet you didn't even eat a third of it. Well, I guess so. But of the fridge, I ate like all of the orange that was available. And so once I ate all of the orange that was in the fridge, I started eating the strawberry, which was not my favorite, but I did eat at least like, because they're like snack pack cups, I think. I did eat 2 4-packs in an evening. Just the evening. I prefer the strawberry flavoring, not gonna lie. Yeah, I prefer the orange. I thought the cherry would be good. It tastes like cough syrup. Don't like this. And a stretch. But no, I don't think they were tracking that much ins and outs. Not at least to the point when I was able to walk around. I get nostalgia when I taste cough syrup flavoring. Yeah, me too. Which is why I can't hate cherry flavor to me. Anything cherry to me except sour gummies tastes like cough syrup. Yeah, it does. Usually. Especially anything like artificial cherry. So Tappy's, then end routine. Oh yeah. No, cool. Wasn't there something also? And thank you, Asdo, for the follow, my dear. Welcome to my my little corner of the ocean. No, I cannot do bubblegum flavoring, and I cannot do cotton candy flavoring, which is why I thought those Peeps were going to be the worst. So what was the other thing? There was something. So I drank twice, and I did a stretch for the care package from Stormy and Jim. Tappies for Cork. Oh yeah, scratchies. What did you want scratched, Cheetah? Hobby Lobby Peeps in the middle of autumn are probably the worst. Yeah, no, those are pretty bad. What about black licorice? I'll eat that. Not my favorite, but I don't hate it. I think as a child I ate it out of spite because children didn't like it. And if I wanted candy and like my grandparents didn't want to give me like good candy, they're like, here, eat licorice. So I ate a lot of it out of, I think, pure spite. But I know a lot of people don't like black licorice. I also like things like anise and fennel. Not like overdoing it, but oh god, I can't. Ouch, my back. I could be a mod, but end up being a trophy mod flattering, but oh jeez, I'm too scared for the position. What did I just hit? I just hit something on it. I mean, if you would like, you're welcome to do so. The whole point of me setting up my streamer bot was to make it easier for mods to not have to do any work, because I was working under the assumption of not having any mods, period. And then somehow Kugler became a mod, and then Derpy asked to be a mod, and then the little monster asked to be a mod. So you can do it if you want, but a lot of the stuff that breaks is on my end that can't be fixed by mods, I don't think. And I'd say we have a good chat. My chat are good people. You guys are good chat. Good chat. What a good chat. I missed you. Good chat. But if you would like the privilege, if you would like the sword, is it? The little icon, the sword icon. But you can't get VIP. Derpy lost their VIP when they became a mod. I'm pretty sure anyways. But I've got a good chat, thankfully. And auto mod is theoretically there and catches everything that it doesn't need to catch. But it does seem like I think a good chat, you say? I'd say so. Pretty good. I don't have people coming in being complete assholes, saying really shitty stuff just for the sake of it, right? Could be peer pressured into drinking and such. I refuse without flinching, but being offered a mod position and not to F up, I'd break out in a cold sweat. That's fair enough. That's fair. I need to up my poking then. I think there's a cooldown. Maybe there isn't. I don't know. Let me check. I think I initially set it up, but then maybe I was like, well... Let me double check. Hidden commands. Yes, there's a cooldown. A universal cooldown. Or a user cooldown. My bad. Didn't do anything, did it? just deleted your message was all. But see, that's the whole point of having like my streamer bot set up. Is that I can have trophy mods. Although Kugler has helped a couple of times when it came to like when my shoutouts weren't working. But and Derpy's, I feel like Derpy's done something for modding. I know that Little Monster has opened up like the mod dashboard or something like that, which I did not know existed. One thing you'll always get from me is my honesty, even when I'm trying to be nice. Yeah, I appreciate that. If you would like it, let me know. I can do that. I think. Is there a limit to how many mods you can have? But I have 3. I feel like that's not that many. Roles manager. How many mods can you have? I've got more than 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6. 3 of which are bots. Have all the mods. Should I just mod everybody? 704 mods. That would be funny. That would be chaos. Absolute chaos. Because I think you can only have some. Let me see. A fully modded chat. Everybody timing out everybody. Banning everybody. It would be pure chaos. Is there a limit to the number of moderators you can have? Not that I'm aware of. I've seen 300 moderators on a channel. I know a streamer that literally mods every viewer. Otherwise, his existing mods just time out everything they say into oblivion. It's kind of hilarious, actually. Very unique stream. That was 10 years ago, apparently. Is there a mod cap on Twitch? There's no limit to the number of moderators that a broadcaster may add to their chat room. Okay. With 99 stat overall. What? Yeah, apparently on Google there was someone saying that there's... I don't know. But that would be funny. That would be chaotic, I feel like. Especially if, like... I don't know, I've seen enough people do the timing out. Because I know that, like, I think you sometimes has, like, a timeout thing that you can use as a channel redeem and time yourself out. And then you can also, what's it? You can also, I think they were timing out each other, maybe, if I remember correctly. I don't know. Thank you for the pets. With 99 stat overall, what does that mean? 99 stat. Oh, yeah, let's see. Let's do the bedtime, because then I'll turn off. Good night, moon. I need to get, and I've been meaning to, and I just keep forgetting, the bilingual good night moon. Because there's a bilingual one where it's good night moon and buenas noches luna, I believe. Although it is funny, with how much I've been practicing Spanish in stream, I understand none. But I do have, I did find a TikTok, I think, that was talking about, slang, although what was I think I was saying in the Minecraft stream, I said pandeja, and Ren was like, no, it's more like pen, it's like pendeja. It's like, see, I can't even, like, say bad things correctly. just yuck it up. Oh yeah, should we also see, oops, thunk. Should we also see who is available to raid? We've got Palanute, Mama Mochi, Zaya Love, Wellness, Kitty B, Silly, Birdie Boba, Nemui Na, Nightly, and Jay VTuber. And those are the ones that I'm following. We could always look for someone new. I thought I was already following Lily Hops. Let's see. I do like stumbling upon smaller streams, but they're always a gamble, I feel like. So if anyone has any preference, we've got Mama Mochi, Paula Newt, Zaya Love, Wellness, Kitty Be Silly, Birdie Boba, Nimui Na, Nightly BT, and Jay VTuber. I do love Jay. I think he's really cool. Very comfy, very cozy. Paula Newt too. But if you guys would prefer someone female, Kitty started 2 hours ago, but I don't know how long she streams for. I'm not sure either. I know Mama Mochi's doing a partner push. So that might help a little bit. It's always hard to tell though with the partner pushes. This dude is outdoor cooking and he's got a giant crab. Oh, that's so unfair. Oh. Do you guys want to watch him eat crab? I don't want to watch him eat it. I want to eat it. Oh, it looks so tasty. Is it ASMR? Yeah. It's called Fire Kitchen. He says, I'm Fabian, and this is my fire kitchen. Out in nature, I cook, grill, fry, steam, and bake a variety of dishes ASMR style. I'm happy if you follow me. Here's the $1 million question. Will Mina go overtime today? Mina's already gone overtime today. Mina's over 2 hours and 6 minutes. And this is what happens, my dears, when you make me go get something to hydrate. Truly terrible behavior, I know. So, would you guys like VTubers or food prawns? Although almost literally, not quite, it's not prawns. He's cooking shrimp, but this will go in the Word doc, right? Oh, thinking of that, Spoons just went live. She's doing her birthday celebration streams this week. Oh, okay, we could do Spoons. Bending Silver Spoon? Yeah, we could do her for her birthday. Especially if everybody's going to end up going over there or going over to... If everyone's going to already go over to a certain streamer, let me know. I don't mind. I truly don't mind. I personally might be hanging out in this fire kitchen. It looks delicious. I'm very jealous. I want that crab. I don't know what he's making, but I want it. breadcrumbs. Oh, is he making like crab cakes? The weird thing is it's like I don't think like I don't. It doesn't seem very like stream-ish. Hi, cheetah. It just doesn't seem like there's any interaction with it. Like that maybe it's just playing a video. It seems pre-recorded. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Looks delicious though. Are you watching someone? Yeah, there's Fire Kitchen is who I was thinking of rating. But I feel like if it's not like fire_kitchen, but if it's not like typical stuffs, then it's fine. Especially if people are going to be going somewhere, then we may as well like send them to where they're planning on going anyways, right? Oh yeah, heartbeat, and then we will do your face looks delicious. I don't know if I'd be very tasty. I'm pretty salty. I'm a pretty salty person. Besides, I live underwater, under the ocean, in the ocean. I don't know. So let's do heartbeat, and then we'll read, and then we'll get on out of here. Because I might have to mochi. I won't stay for long. I'll be headed to bed soon. No worries, Cheetah. I appreciate you stopping by. I will say Wendy's has stepped up their fry game. Their fries are really good. McDonald's, however, is kind of hit or miss when it comes to saltiness. Hello, night. I also hear that fast food restaurants taste terrible in the US. Is that true? I don't know. I think it depends on the fast food chain. I don't know. I will say that Wendy's has really stepped up their fry game, because their fries used to be like meh at best, but now they're like super crispy and really salty, and I like my fries salty. McDonald's is McDonald's. They are either really good or really terrible, and either way, if they get to room temperature or colder, they are even worse. But I don't know. We also have some, like, one of our local our local fast food places is pretty good. They used to have the best burger. They used to have a barbecue bacon burger, barbecue bacon cheeseburger. I loved it. It was so good. But they did away with it because everybody gets rid of everything I like. You're worse than. Just come back, alright? Okay. It ranges from brand to brand as well, location to location, definitely. Yeah, room temp McDonald's fries are super bland. Yeah, they're pretty awful. They don't reheat well. They're just awful. And they're usually really soggy. Burger, right? My stomach is growling like I'm hungry, but I'm really not hungry. So, good night, mood. Mina makes a fast food tier list one. That'd be really expensive. I don't eat that much food, and it would go to waste, and it'd be really expensive. Thank you for the follow, Night. Welcome to my little corner of the ocean. But yeah, it was the best burger ever. It was a barbecue bacon cheeseburger, and then it would have French fried onions on top, so they were crispy onions on top. It was so good. So good. Can you make a Pokemon tier list? I can try. I don't know enough about Pokemon. It would all be about like which ones I find aesthetically pleasing. Want to see the very best. I mean, I can. We could do that. I was thinking we could do something like that for like a subathon. Maybe not subathon. Something. I don't know. But would you do... You would do that for me, wouldn't you? I could try. But it would go to waste. I don't want to waste food. It would have to be like... It would have to be like... Maybe like a French fry tier list. Get a bunch of different French fries. Just a question, were you serious about that SSD? Oh, sending you my computer parts? No, sorry. Cursed Kiddo ASMR food tier list. Would that be Cursed Kiddos? Because all the Cursed Kiddo stuff is like literal stuff that they've picked out for this would sound good. Anyways, we're a quarter after. I figured, yeah, sorry, Alfie. I was trying to be silly. Little Caesars near me is terrible, but the one I grew up with an hour away has the best pizza and meal deals. That's fair. That's fair. Oh my goodness. We were just wrapping up. I'm sorry, nerdy Nith. Welcome in, my dears. Welcome to my little corner of the ocean. Hello. I am Minari. I am a jellyfish sea tuber who gives off exhausted mom trying to relax vibes. We are actually currently gonna read our bedtime book and raid out. I'm so sorry, my dears. Thank you for the follow, Ads Panthera, Ads Panther Tulel, Panther. Thank you, Hey I'm Lunar, and thank you, Shotsura, for your follows, my dear. Welcome to my little corner of the ocean. Hello, raiders. If you need to raid and run, by all means, please do not feel obligated to stay. Thank you, Pebble Wizard, and Argent V Kitty for the follows, my dears. We are actually reading Goodnight Moon, and then we will raid out. I'm so sorry. Super cute cozy outfit. Yeah, this is my Pambezos. I think Pambezos? I don't know. He's a Sakabombespis. But I hope your stream went well, nerdy. Hello. Or Nith. Thank you for the head pats, Cheetah. I know. He needs to be smaller. There we go. But thank you for the raid, my dear. How was your stream? In the great green room, there was a telephone, and a red balloon, and a picture of no bigger. You like him big? I don't blame ya. Forgot he shrinks. Bigger than the streamer. I know. That's not hard to do. I am quite small. And thank you, Lightly and Nith and Wild Geese, for the follows, my dear. His eyes speak to me. In the great green room, there was a telephone, and and a red balloon, and a picture of "Help, save me from her. She won't let go." He wants to eat, I know. The cow jumping over the moon, those eyes, they stare into my soul. And there were 3 little bears sitting on chairs, and 2 little kittens, and a pair of mittens. Thank you, Don Turo, for the follow. Welcome to my little corner of the ocean. And a little toy house. And a young mouse. There's absolutely nothing in those eyes. Head empty, no thoughts. And a comb, and a brush, and a bowl full of mush, and a quiet old lady who was whispering, "Hush." Good night, room. Good night, moon. Good night, cow jumping over the moon. Good night, light and the red balloon. Good night, bears. Good night, chairs. Good night, kittens. And good night, mittens. Good night, clocks. And good night, socks. Good night, little house. And good night, mouse. Good night, comb. And good night, brush. Good night, nobody. Good night, mush. And good night to the old lady whispering, "Hush." Good night, stars. Good night, air. Good night, noises everywhere. Thank you, Aegis Fang, for the follow as well. Good night, Argent V Kitty. I appreciate the raid. I'm so sorry that we were just wrapping up. I hope you all have a lovely time zone. Make sure you take care of yourselves. Let's raid out to, I think, what did Wes recommend? Who did Wes? Bending Silver Spoons, I think it was. Let's see. Bending Silver Spoons. And we're gonna just copy her. She is having a birthday celebration. Thank you for the stream. Yeah, thank you, Kyrie. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by. I apologize for missing yesterday. I'm so glad we all got to hang out today. I hope you all have a lovely time zone. Get some good rest. Thank you, Kalag Freboy, for your follow. Welcome, welcome. I hope you all have a lovely time zone. And let's go wish Bending Silver Spoons a happy birthday. Bye, my dears.